Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugga, and this is my favorite game, League of Legends, the majority of my channel right now. I got a couple of nice comeback games that I'm going to try and record and comment over and whatnot. This one's a fairly good one. The one I'm going to do, we really make a major comeback. And I would really like to fast forward this when it starts to get everyone in trouble, but I've tried to fast forward this game twice, and twice it has crashed. So, we're not going to fast forward it, at least in the beginning. I don't know. Fraps is really iffy when recording with LOL Replay. And for some reason, it tends to crash it. I don't know. I'll do something, submit it to LOL Replay later on if I remember. So, I would like to help speed up and get us all into position right now. But if I fast forward this, I'm afraid it's going to crash. Just a second. I'm going to fix the frame rate on this. I wonder if that has something to do with the fact I'm recording at 60 frames instead of 30. I don't know why I record at 60 frames, just to be honest with you, because it renders in 30. So does it make a difference if I record it in 60? No. I guess I'm just fussy that way. But anyways, we have Gold Fox on Singed. We have Fox Knight playing Teemo. We have Captain Swiggles on Vayne, and we have Koopa Troopas on Katarina. Yeah, two people need farm, same lane. Never a good thing. But I will be jungling on Rammus here. And I'm looking at the fast forward right now going, I want to fast forward this and get past where everything starts spawning and everything starts happening. And it's not happening. As you see, the collision down in bottom gets Katarina very hurt right now. And there we go, getting some damage, and wow, missing at nearly point blank range with Caitlyn on Teemo in the mid. Interesting.
Minions have spawned.
So, of course, I will be jungling on, pretty much my favorite jungler is Rammus. He's definitely not one of the most favorite people in the game when it comes to letting him be played. He's often banned. Yeah, very, very strong jungler. Just recently on the most recent tournament they had, a lot of people mentioned that Rammus has kind of come into his own, and he has. He's proven to be a very devastating jungler. And I've learned to play him fairly well. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a rune page right now specifically for Rammus, and I think it'll work for Sewanee too. Although with Rammus, I'm not sure, there's a whole attack speed thing into it, and there's one thing Rammus doesn't need is attack speed. And you see, they're just going to have trouble down in this lane here with Master Yi being able to Alpha Strike, and then Jax is hiding around in here. And he likes to jump out, let's see, like that. They're just going to control the grass right now. That's really going to make things difficult. And Singe just going to be 2-on-1 up top versus Ari and Caitlyn. Again, not something you really want to be involved in. One sec. So, spoiler alert. This game is not going to go strongly in our favor in the beginning. She missed again while he had exhaust on him. I wouldn't call this the best Caitlyn in the world right now. I just come back to see get an exhaust on Teemo. And she missed her skill shot at a very close range. I don't see how you missed that skill shot. It's got a fairly wide range to it. So I'm not sure how that happens. Now, right now, the enemy team does not have a jungler, and as much as I like when that happens, I don't always take advantage of it. Because, I could easily go over there and get their buffs, and I don't always remember to. You know, so I can be like perpetually buffed. And trying to roll in here for a gank, but I don't know, misclicking, and it's not truly going to work out as I'm not able to get the taunt off. And there I am, but unfortunately going to get stunned. And yeah, it's flash out and trying to get them some breathing room at least, but you know, failing on the gank, and no big surprise there. Sometimes I'm able to get ganks early on, get a good taunt in there, get a good roll at level 3, but it doesn't always work out, and this is one of the cases where it just didn't want to go in my favor. Sin's working fairly well right now up top against Ari and Katarina up here. And Teemo just hiding in by the turret, trying to draw Caitlyn in, deciding to move out now. Teemo can be a good counter to Caitlyn in terms that he can blind her, but he is at a major disadvantage in terms of he's vastly outranged. And so that really becomes a problem for him in that respect. I think I may be looking to try and pick her up. Now see, this is not the brightest idea for Caitlyn. Yeah, okay, you know what? Fine, you're sectioning Teemo off to some degree, but you're leaving yourself wide open for ganks. You have nothing to protect yourself if the jungler decides to come in. And that's just, you know, not the smartest thing. The whole point of taking Caitlyn at the beginning is to get her traps at first level, which this guy decided to get his skill shot, which he's missed more often than hit, I think. And on top of that, interesting little glitch there, he's not placing the traps where it can protect him from a jungle gank. It is pushing the turret and doing a fair job now, but, you know, you're still looking at a bad situation in terms of leaving yourself wide open. Now, I'm not doing much to gank right now, but that all could change very, very easily. I say I'm not sure what I'm going for, but actually I am. I'm working for the Heart of Gold right now. And, I don't know what that sound is. Got a high-pitched whine going on right now. Hopefully you can't hear that in the microphone. I hope not. It's very annoying. I came up to support the lane here from Sin, so it didn't get pushed, and I didn't know he had teleport. He just teleported back before I could get there. Hang on just a sec, folks. Alright, I paused the recording to try and figure out what that was. Apparently it was something going on the TV, doing an emergency test thing or all that. That's what that all was. So, no big deal. Hanging out at the back here right now, looking at Katarina. Not sure why I'm waiting so long back here. It's not usually like me to do that. Just still sort of hanging out. There I go. I finally get moving. I think I was looking for a gank, and then they decided to back off, so I didn't go for it. I decided to, no, I thought I was going to go for Caitlyn, but this is where I go for their red buff instead. I don't use my power ball as much as I should to help get around. It would make my jungling go faster. That's one big flaw I have when playing Rammus right now. And especially when I have the blue buff. I don't use the power ball enough to get myself around the map. So I end up jungling slower than I should. and trying to work to come around the back right now to get in a gank, and I see that Ari's really low, so I immediately decide to pick on her as they get first blood, and I do manage to hit her, and there's the taunt, but oh frack, she's got a summoner's heal and I can't dive in on her. Oh, please chase me, please chase me. So that didn't work out. Now I know she's got a summoner's heal, and man, that's annoying. I mean, in that case, it's good that she brought it with her, decided to use it. But on the other hand, I don't know. You take a look at the summoner spells. She's totally reliant on her ulti to get out right now and her heal to save her. She's brought no way to escape. Neither has Jax. Neither has Cat. And the only two that have Flash are Master Yi and Caitlyn. So they're really reliant on their abilities to get out. And I give them credit for that in the terms of going for it. But on the flip side, if you get into trouble, you've got no way out. Yeah, I just decided to use my Tremors to help clear this faster. Tremors is on an insanely short cooldown even when you get it the first time, so I'm not overly worried about it. Now setting up to try and get Caitlyn, I think. There we go. Rolling in after her, she goes deep in. And there we go. She decides to flash, but misses her flash. She jumps over, and I decide to flash over and pick her up. There's the taunt on her. Now, rather than continue to run to her turret, which she may have been able to get away that way, she continues to go this way. And yep, there we go. I know Teemo was coming this way, but if she went this way, she might have been able to skirt into the tower. But instead, she decided to continue the long way past me. And that ended up costing her in the end. So we do get a kill, but unfortunately, we're down 2 kills, having given up first blood down bottom, and I believe Singe just went down up top. So you see, there we go. Rumble again, or Tremors, whatever. I like to call it Rumble. Clean up that little mess up there. I want to try and fast forward this to get to a more interesting section, but I'm afraid. You see right here, I've got my G per 5 items. I got my Heart of Gold going. I got my Philosopher's Stone. Typical Rammus build. The Cloth Armor. Boots of Speed. 2 G per 5s to help. And looking for Caitlyn in the middle again. Possibly. As she gets into a straight up fight with Teemo. And here I go rolling in, and she decides to dive into the tower, and I'm just going to go after her because I'm Rammus, damn it. And there we go, picking up a second kill, taking some tower hits, going down a little bit below half health, but not a huge deal. And you see these traps right across here, not protecting her from getting ganked, as things have changed, as we're starting to take advantage of her being aggressive. And yeah, coming in with just an ulti to get the kill. Oh well. But Cat is getting Caitlyn rather is getting aggressive, and she has nothing to protect her from a gank. So we're taking advantage of that right now. I'm going to hold the mid lane to make sure it doesn't get pushed. Well, I'm going to try and fast forward this a little bit. If it doesn't work, it'll crash, and I'll be frustrated, and I'll record it a little bit later on, after I feed my dogs. Hey, it worked. I guess I just got to let it go. So Singed back up here, working against two. You know, being Singed, being aggressive, being out there. You know, Singed, very strong solo top. As they continue to harass him, but still, you know, he's Singed, and I'm going back for my blue buff at this point, and tower diving in on them. And you know, it always happens where I'm not. That's all I can say. It always happens where I'm not. I'm up here, they tower dove down there. You know, they're doing a very good job of keeping the bottom harassed right now, but like I said, we don't give up. We kind of hold together. Yeah, these comeback games, as any comeback game, is a long game. There's not much you can do about that. Let's see, where am I going? Am I going after bottom? Yeah, it looks that way. There's one thing I would like to see these guys to do is stay a little more passive and less aggressive out in the lane there. Again, setting your traps out all over the place and getting highly aggressive and gonna force the flash on her, and unfortunately I can't get close enough to taunt, so I decided just to back out. And being really dumb and walking the tower, and then Teemo coming up into the trap, and if there's something he shouldn't have done is he just shouldn't have come up. I would have been fine. I would have been okay, to be honest. They wouldn't have been able to push me, but unfortunately ending up getting Teemo killed, and then down there Vayne gets killed, and Singed was killed earlier. So things not looking too good for us right now. So we're down 5 kills, and you know, they're doing really strong down bottom, pushing the tower. So all in all, not the greatest thing. And Caitlyn going to be able to free push this tower. I don't know, maybe I could have come up and driven her off a little bit, but yeah, not much of a point, as now we're down a turret as well. And there we go, down a second turret. So down 5 kills, 2 turrets, and things not looking great. However, on the other hand, I have gotten my boots of mobility, and I've gone mobile Rammus. And I see that they're being pushed. I see these guys are being aggressive. They're near the tower. So we're going to try and put mobile Rammus to work. And I catch Master Yi on his way up. And he's going to be forced to use his ulti to get out of there. And then they decide not to go back. I wouldn't say that's the smartest thing with a Rammus who's getting built up. And this time, instead of Yi, we go after Jax. We get the taunt. We get the pin against the wall. And I pick up the kill there. We finish him off. And finally doing something to hurt the bottom lane. Unfortunately, Master Yi is heading up top and won't get Teemo too much health, as I don't know why Master Yi went that way, but he did. So coming up into the mid lane now to make sure that it doesn't get double pushed. Excuse me. And right now we're just looking at a standoff. I decided to go up top and try and help Singed again, hoping that Ahri will maybe overextend. Coming in behind her. I don't have my power ball, but I shouldn't need it. And trying to get her, and there we go. Gets the flip. Unfortunately, the ulti will almost get Singed. I thought it actually picked him up. Now she's going to go after him. And unfortunately, I can't taunt her. And she gets the Shumpo barely. Barely gets the Shumpo. She jukes me out there in the bush, but I'm not done yet. I do want to try and finish her off, but too many minions. I can't get around them to continue the attack. And I believe that somebody was coming up to help her. Yeah, there was Master Yi coming down. And it just became not worth to go after it, as Jax picks up Katarina down bottom. And Vayne now in trouble, and nobody able to come and help her. So she's probably going to end up... Yeah, there we go. Master Yi was coming down anyways. So I'm just going to show up to make sure the tower doesn't get pushed. As I roll right into the both of them, I'm not worried or scared. I didn't get stunned. There's the taunt as I move in front of him. And he goes for the Summoner's Heal again, and forcing him to use those abilities. Unfortunately, we go down another turret, so now we're down 6 kills. We're down 3 turrets. That's quite a deficit right now that we need to try and come back from. Now, the thing I'm concerned about right now, I'm worried about Katarina. I'm worried, their Katarina, because she's definitely AP based. I'm worried about their Ahri a little bit. I'm not so much worried about Master Yi, Caitlyn, and Jax because they're more towards the physical side. Jax is a hybrid, as you can see here. He is building that, but that is something I have to be concerned about. So I'm also looking into magic resist right now, just to be honest. And there we go, going after Ahri with the taunt. She uses the heal, but it's just not going to be enough as Gold Fox is on Singe there, picking up the kill. And this is something I've always tried to emphasize. When you are pushed down this far and you're against someone, you're asking to die. You know, pretty much that's the end of the story. You're asking for somebody to roll in and gank you. And despite Ahri's ulti, which he didn't get a chance to use there, he ended up going down, and you know that was the result of being this far extended one-on-one with a champion and having nothing to back you up. You had no time to escape, especially with a jungler like Rammus, who has a long taunt. You know, when I get into the game with Rammus, I will usually take 1 point in defensive curl, 1 point in Powerball, and then I'll just start pouring everything into puncturing taunt. So that way my taunt lasts a long time. And when I can't put into taunt, then I'll go into defensive curl. And looking to gank the top again, there's 2 of them. Not exactly sure what I'm planning to do here. Oh, there's Kat going into the bush and seeing the opportunity. She gets flipped away from my taunt. She's going to Shumpo out onto... I could have caught her there, but running into the minion. And Ahri being forced to use her ulti to get out. And you see her ulti not hitting anybody. And she gets the little charm on Singe, but again, is it a big deal? No. And there we go. Teemo picking up Master Yi down in here. Teemo's been doing fairly well despite being killed once. He's got Nashor's Tooth, which actually, for a hybrid Teemo now, is a very good item because they drop the cost of it. So it doesn't cost as much. And yeah, unfortunately, you know, Jack's still getting kills down here, and poor Cat having such a hard time. Wasn't able to get any farm, and unfortunately through the game I don't think we let him get any farm. Am I going there right now? I think I'm going Dragon. I see Cat there. It's like, okay, fine, you want to play? Let's play. And she starts to run the wrong way, and then she gets caught. And she Shumpos out, which means I know that she has a friend there. And it's like, oh shit! Fortunately, I'm already in Powerball, and I try to come back to help Vayne, and there's Singed, who apparently likes to help Master Yi. And the interesting thing is Vayne almost lived through that, as we end up picking Master Yi up in return, and then Caitlyn dashes over the wall. And now going after Dragon. There's Teemo. There's Katarina to help. So we should be able to pick up Dragon now. Ahri pushing top again. I still would not call that the brightest of moves, as she's really extended out there by herself, but falling back at this point. Now I kind of see this coming. I see Jax here. Master Yi was here. I don't know if he's still coming out. But here's my response to... oh, sorry, Katarina's there. Here's my response to Jax and Katarina and all that magic. And it's the Banshee's Veil. And here we go. I see Vayne's in trouble. And here we go. Mobile Rammus to the rescue. Coming right in, going after Jax. And Shumpo, Summoner's Heal. But I'm determined, I think, at this point to not let him get away. And yeah, you can't dodge Shumpo. So no going there, big boy. So, in terms of Ari and their Katarina and Jax, I decided to rush a Banshee's Veil to immediately help in terms of magic resist and to get me that one ability cancel. And I don't often go mobility boots on champions, but in terms of times when I'm going to have to cover the map, and with a champion who's already speedy, somebody like Rammus, I tend to like to try and go high speed. You know, and in this term, when I know the lower lane was struggling, and there we go, managing to find Cat, and I find Ari as well, and they're gonna try and just work me back and forth. I can already see that coming, so I just decide to get out. And Ari really should have given up the chase at that point. And she's gonna try and use her Summoner's Heal, but she's already used the Summoner's Heal earlier, and that ends up, I end up getting the kill there. And they decide to try and come in for me, but a Teemo Mushroom there, Teemo Mushroom's there, and the fact that I'm already into Powerball and I'm able to get away without too much trouble. Going into an ulti but not working. Unfortunately, Jax there. And here comes Rammus in return again. And there's the taunt. And yeah, you can stun, boy, but you're still taunted. And there we go. Picking up another kill there. Going 5-0 right now on Rammus. So starting to get rolling as the jungler right now. I've got some magic resist going. I got my G per 5 items rolling. And starting to become a force to be reckoned with in terms of Rammus right now. And Teemo as well, you take a look here, Berserker Greaves, he's got the Gnasher's Tooth, and he's already got a dagger, so starting to become something to be worried about. Singed is always something you want to be worried about, as he's got the Rod of Ages, he's got a Negatron Cloak and 2 Wreath Growth Pendants, looking like a force of nature coming up right there. As I have picked up a Null Magic Mantle. I'm not sure where I'm working at this point. Again, going into a heavy magic resist, because Caitlyn's proven to be something not to worry about, which, you know, most of the other team is either hybrid or magic based. So we're going to be working in that direction. And I've been wondering about a jungle Teemo. I mean, seriously. I think a jungle Teemo might work. Anyone can jungle right now. As they're going in and trying to get Vayne at this point. And here comes Rammus as they're already low. And no, you leave my Teemo alone. And I do get the taunt off. And I flash ahead to try and go into the Rumble and stay in the Powerball. And she wasn't able to get out. I don't know if she tried to run. I think maybe she knew that she was done for. And she just decided to try and not get away. As Katarina running over mushrooms up there. Excuse me. And so I go into pursuit of her. And the boots mobility really allowing me to be able to catch up. As holding her in the taunt, she's going to try and get away, and unfortunately I think she will, as she'll Shumpo, but I Powerball with the minions and cut her off, and there we go, finish her off, doing something Rammus does like a boss, and that's Tower Dive. Those boots of mobility and Powerball just really allowing me to catch up to her and finish her off after being a little too aggressive. As Singed dashing all over the place and duking it out with Ari, who he's got an advantage on right now, and he is in the tower taking hits, but he's continuing to pursue at this point. And there we go with the flip, able to finish her off. As I don't know, that Ari doesn't seem all that strong. There we go, finally picking up a turret for us. We've managed to get into a kill lead right now, but unfortunately we are still down 2 turrets, although we did pick up a dragon, so that gives us an advantage in that. And again, going after Teemo, but here comes Rammus to cut him off, and Master Yi can try and run, but he's not going to get away from my taunt as Teemo picks up the kill there, and I get another assist. Wonder why you like a Rammus jungle. Well, right now 6-0 and 7. Unfortunately, they pick up Caitlyn down bottom. I see that going on, so I decided to try and start heading bottom. Maybe I can help and get there in time to save Vayne. I should have gone this way and come up behind rather than come up this way. As she gets the ignite, and so I'm in pursuit at this point. There's the Powerball. She's going to try and run around the tower again. I don't see what that's going to do. And here comes Singe the other way. She's not going to get far. She's just going to be finished off as she tries to go up top. Singe gets a little bit of a slow on her. Back into Powerball as the chase continues. And I managed to run into her with Powerball and get another taunt. And there we go, picking her up. 7-0 and 7 so far. I actually hit a godlike killing streak. Something I very, very rarely get. And there we go, getting Teemo on my back and getting the taunt off on Jax, and Teemo getting another kill. And now going after Ari, who uses her ulti to dash out of trouble. Was going to Powerball after her, saw that's not a good idea. As Caitlyn is in trouble down bottom, she will get a slow on Singe. But again, it's Singed, and she runs over a Teemo mushroom and ends up getting killed. As Teemo also picks up the kill up here at Master Yi with my help. Excuse me, my throat's a little sore. Normally I cut off the mic, but that one, the last couple ones really have caught me a little bit off guard. Oh, and there we go. That's what the Null Magic Mantle was for. I picked up the Aegis of Legions, because not only does it give me some magic resist, but I can give a little bit of magic resist to nearby allied champions. I get a little bit of health and armor. It's a good quick cost item to build up some more magic resist. I've also picked up the a very standard item for guys like Rammus, and the Randuin's, I think that's how you pronounce it, Omen. And very strong item on Rammus right now. As I go back down after the red lizard, just trying to keep an eye on the mini-map. I see Cat is chasing Vayne right now, and so I back off the lizard, and unfortunately the Cat ends up getting Cat as I go in, and I think I have backup at this point, but I actually don't. And, you know, just look at how long it takes them beating on me, and I actually almost get Jax. It took them about 15 seconds of 3 of them beating on me to finally put me down. It took an ignite, it took 3 of them beating on me, it took a summoner's heal to finally finish me off, and that's still going to leave them in trouble though as Teemo comes in and Singed, and there we go, Teemo with another kill. We'll take a quick look at Teemo here. You know, he's got the Nashers, he's got the Malady, and now he's got the what's quickly becoming one of my favorite items on speed attack-based champions. And that's the Ionic Spark. I mean, that's a major increase in attack speed, 60%. I'm sorry, 50% attack speed. Plus, you get some health out of it, and you deal magic damage every 4 hits. You know, so I've really come to like that on attack speed based champions. I use it on Warwick. I use it on Olaf. I use it on Let's see, who else do I use attack-based speed? I forget. But I use it on several champions when I jungle. And kind of the sad thing about jungling is I actually kind of miss laning. You know, but in terms of laning, I don't know how good at a solo top I'll be anymore because I haven't done it in so long. And I decided I was going to step on this trap here, but it actually saw me coming and got scared. And nah, actually I had the Banshee's Veil bubble on me, so the trap did hit me, but didn't do anything. And Teemo being chased down by several champions, picking up Jax in the return, and Singed on the chase right now. You know your team is in trouble when 3 of you are running from Singed. Not sure where I'm going. Oh, I see Master Yi come up behind Singed at that point. And nope. Oh, Master Yi is going to flash away. So making sure that Singed stays safe right there. So we got a lot of speed-based champions in this, don't we? We have Rammus, we have Singed, we have Master Yi, Vayne even, you know, she gets the speed boost when running at champions. Teemo with his little speed run ability. Well, we got a lot of speedy champions in this one. I never really realized that. So am I working for this time? I think I'm going for Shirelia's right now. Not entirely sure. And just walking in there as Rammus, just being a bully right now in the face of all of them. And they go after Teemo and unfortunately will pick him up, and they will get me as well as that cat ulti. You know, what can you say? Spin to win. If you have a champion that can spin, then it's easy to win. And the one thing you should never do in this game, chase Singed. And Singed, again, just being a bully right now as you see his makeup. He's got the Force of Nature. He's got a Needlessly Large. He's got a Blasting Wand. Looks like he's going for a Rabadons right now. Interestingly enough, just how tanky Singed is with just one tank item right now. Well, he's almost as tanky as I am, and I've got several health items running right now with Randuin's, Banshee's Veil, and Aegis of Legions, but the ones that I have only give a small amount. And trying to Shumpo in, goes into the ulti, but no, we'll be picking her off. And unfortunately, Master Yi is there, and yeah, as they're starting to close the gap, as they're going after Singed at this point, and I'm working to come up at high speed in the opposite direction and flipping Master Yi into the turret as he's going to go into his heal. But nope, here comes Rammus and going into the Rumble and starting to turn them back. Teemo coming around in return. And again, going after Caitlyn, getting the taunt. There's a flip, finishing her off. And right now we only got a 4-kill lead, but we've evened up the towers, and the fact that we've taken the kill lead is very nice. I'm trying to peek up to see if anyone's guarding the turret right now, and actually nobody is. So I decided to try and get a couple hits in there, but unfortunately I don't have really a minion wave to back me up. And being in there by myself doesn't help, but here comes some backup and a very speedy hybrid Teemo. As you look here, he's got a BF sword running right now. And double buff Master Yi coming in. To be honest, I could probably 1v1 that Master Yi. He'd probably just beat himself to death on my shell. But, you know, what can you do is they're going to... Chasing Teemo is almost as bad as chasing Singed, man. You're pretty much guaranteed to run into mushrooms. And finally clearing out this single wolf. I don't know if I saw it last time. You know, kind of doing this late in the game. I mean, you're looking at 18. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was going to do that too. Jeez. You see right now they're going after Dragon, and I'm way out of position. But Vayne's there, Teemo's there, Singed is there. So they'll be able to drive Master Yi away and be able to pick up the Dragon, no problem. As I get my Shirelia's Revere. You know, pretty good item, especially for Rammus. You gain 40% movement speed. You get health regen and mana regen, so that's pretty nice. I don't know why my throat's bothering me today, but it is. And Katarina trying to get away, but all kinds of us up top is just walking around. And here we go. She's not going to get away at this point. And there we go. Teemo picking up the kill on her. I don't know. Maybe it's not my voice's day. Don't tell me I'm coming down with a cold right now. I kind of feel like it. My nose feels a little stuffy. And that's going to suck because I haven't done commentaries in a while. Not sure where I'm headed at this point. Let's do some fast forwarding now. Ah, that's right. We go after Baron. I think they try and steal it. Yeah, here comes Master Yi. And he's going to go for the kill on Cat. And he flashes over, but it's just way too late. He's going to end up paying for that. And Ahri coming in, and she's going to pay as Vayne picking up Master Yi and Singed picking up Ahri. And unfortunately, I got out of position trying to chase Master Yi around. I didn't know he was going to try and flash over there. I'm afraid to go to the super fast forward because I'm afraid it's going to crash. I know this fast forward works, so I'm just sticking with this one. And there you go. You see they actually voted to surrender, and it failed right now. Let's see, looking for collision in the middle maybe? Yeah, it looks that way. Master Yi bailing out. As Ahri in a bit of trouble, and oh, she will get away. Using a Summoner's Heal, but there goes the tower, and Ahri again in trouble, and Teemo picking up the kill there. As we use the Baron buff in a strong way right now, and diving into the turret goes Gold Fox, and with only Rammus to back you up, I don't know if that's the wisest thing to do as we work to keep him busy. And looking like Katarina getting caught out of position right now. Here's Teemo. She's going to go into her ult, but not going to be enough. And yeah, getting Singed. And now the chase is on. They're after me as I'm into my defensive curl. And I'm working at this point to run. There comes the ulti out, but I'm in my Powerball, and I run into Master Yi, but down into my Powerball again, down into my defensive curl again, and I just walk into the turret and get away. And chasing me from here to here, and I managed to get out of it. Let me go, Rammus too strong. As the armor I have and the magic resist allow me to get away after taking all that beatings, all those ultis. And there we go, getting on a killing spree as Vayne is taking down Caitlyn, and you know, we're really pushing the envelope right now. As I'm pretty sure everyone's close to a full build except, yeah, poor Koopa just having such a hard game. But, you know, they happen. We've all been there. We've all been in the hard times. And look at Teemo at 200 CS right now. Look at the full build here. And Vayne getting pretty close to full build. Singed close to full build. I'm up onto a full build right now. Although I will switch out my Aegis of Legions for a Archangels. Not Archangels. Guardian Angels later on. And clearing out this little minion wave down here, making sure our towers don't get pushed any further. guessing ran over a Teemo mushroom, and that's why he was going so slow. You know, I actually do like playing Singed. I'm wondering about, you know, just different jungles. You know, I would love to try like a Singed jungle. I'd love to try like a Teemo jungle. You know, because of the jungle nerf, supposedly anyone can jungle. You saw Cat going in for the red buff there, but she backs out. I guess figuring that she had been spotted. As I'm continuing to push this lane down here, as I got a minion wave built up behind me, not a big one, but an okay, and unfortunately there comes Caitlyn. So I just tool around with her a little bit, take a few turret hits, but not doing much damage, as there was a collision up in here, and Vayne going down, but getting a kill as well. I decided to go and help the mid lane right now, although I think they have figured out I'm going to be showing up as they all pull back. Not to say they were scared of me, but the tipping in numbers of having a Rammus there. Yeah, and then I spotted this, actually. I spotted this huge minion wave coming in. So I immediately told the group to go top and take out the top turret. And oh, Teemo, as I try and roll in to save him, and there's a lot of them there, but still managing to get there and trying to stop the Caitlyn ulti as I go into defensive curl. There's the flip, or Katarina ulti rather. And Teemo goes down, but I realize at this point, you know, we're in trouble, that we need to get out of there. You know, still doing some damage, but we're only 2 versus 3, and even though we're Singed and Rammus, it's still not the best idea to stay that long. So we're finally bugging out. Going to let them have the top. And Singed going and getting the golems here as I decide to teleport back. Now, you know, with quite a buildup of gold here, I'm trying to figure out what to do. So actually stay in base for a few seconds going, what should I get? I want something with, like, magic resist to replace the Aegis, something with a little bit better magic resist, but I don't know what. And then I'm like, oh, hello. It's only got slightly better magic resist, but it also gives me more armor. And, of course, it revives me if I die. And Vayne picking up Ahri, but getting picked up by Master Yi down here. Trading off kills again. And I've also picked up the red ginseng tea, or you know, the red whatever you call it at this point. And here we go. Gonna go after Baron again. We're gonna start out with just me and Teemo, because I know Teemo's damage output right now. You just see that health melting so quickly with Teemo. And I told, you know, the other guys, as you come up, to get over here and help. You see, I'm just taking so little damage. I see the spout outside, and I know somebody's waiting out there. And in comes Master Yi to try and get the kill again, but just not gonna let that happen. As taking out Master Yi, as he came in way too early. Again, the problem with what he did, he flashed in there. I don't think they had sight. I don't think they had a ward up there. And there the team is trying to come in. And that stun does nothing. And Teemo picking up Cat as we got our second Baron buff and we're on the push again. And I'm telling them, you know, guys, let's clear the minion waves. Let's get the minions coming in behind us. Makes it a little easier to push. Probably not the smartest thing using my rumble there at that point. It'd been better off to save it up towards the tower, but oh well. Just wanting that minion wave to roll in there. Start taking tower hits. There we go, going right in after Ahri, and she's not going to get away. And then there's Caitlyn as well. They're going to go after Cat, and things just not going our way. Flipping Jax out, but unfortunately Singed is in trouble. Now I realize I'm in trouble. I'm going to flash to gain some distance, and the stun does not work on me again. And again, the chase is on. Jax is trying to beat me down. And Caitlyn giving up the chase. And I'm just too fast. You're just not going to keep up with me. And Rammus escapes again. And unfortunately not doing good on that turret push up there. Really not getting any damage in on it and end up suffering. Ugh, my nose, excuse me. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Yeah, and this time I just had so much gold. I picked up everything. I picked up the red, I picked up the green, I picked up the blue, and I've even got the oracles. And here comes Master Yi again. I'm like, nope. Stay away from that Katarina. She's had enough troubles today. I'm sorry, was that supposed to stop me? Get back here. Whoops. Okay, maybe not. Double Shumpo into the ulti. And the chase is on again. But this time I've got Teemo on my side. And that time they would have caught me, but there's Teemo. And unfortunately Teemo goes down in his efforts to save Rammus. Heroic move by Teemo, even though I had an Archangel. I keep wanting to call it Archangels. Guardian Angels. Ugh, I gotta make sure I feed my dogs after this. I don't know, I've been... part of the trouble I'm having with my commentating is I'm getting up too late in the day. I'm staying up really late at night. I'm getting up very late in the afternoon, like around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so it doesn't give me a lot of time to commentate because I normally can't commentate at night. So I really got to try and get my schedule back on track. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to pull that out. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to attend a PC Potatoes meeting. I think they wanted me there because we're trying to pull off a project. As you may have seen the video, the top 5 PCP plays bi-weekly. And yeah, just overslept. Part of it is I've kind of gotten back into Star Trek Online. Now that it's free, and they've actually done a lot. Some of the generated missions are really good, the player generated missions, and some of the just some things here and there are just really good. And there we go, see Master Yi on the run, going into the Powerball. Unfortunately I should have gone this way, and oh wait, there he is. Should have just nailed him into the wall, but not able to pull it off. Still getting a lot of damage in on him. And my target at this point is Caitlyn, who tries to dash over the wall, but I think my Powerball bump prevented that, and she ends up going down. And again, right now it's about clearing out the back minion wave and trying to get it to come up to help us push the tower. No. You leave my team alone. Unfortunately, I can't stop that ulti, and Vayne going down, but the Guardian Angels that she has picking her up and keeping her alive. As this time I'm just marching in against the tower. We got enough kills going on that we're able to clear the tower out, and now it's time for the inhibitor. And there we go, and the Sea Singed is up to the tower up here, and it's almost down, so he finishes off that one. So time to pick off another inhibitor. Unfortunately, I can't hit the inhibitor in Powerball, and I forget to cancel Powerball. But it doesn't matter. We've got so much damage going out right now that it falls very, very easily. And there we go, going in after another turret here. Go, picking up an inside turret on the Nexus. And time to leave. They're all starting to spawn. They still have a turret up. And there was only 3 of us there, as Katarina's down here and Teemo's in the back, so it's time to back off. Do a little recall. I'm going to refresh on my my red, blue, and green there, get those back up and running. I mean, if you look down here, you know, I take 55 reduced magic damage, 55%, 78% reduced physical, and that's not even including my Powerball. You know, I've definitely become something to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, they're going to string into this, and, well, I guess it's up to Rammus to make sure that they don't, as they're continuing to go for the kills, and will manage to pick up a kill there, but we get 2 in return, going 2 for 1 as I go back on a rampage. 11, 2, and 18 right now. This is an extremely rare game in terms of gameplay for me. Although I say that, I went 14, 3, and something on Pantheon not too long ago. I think I uploaded that video. I don't know if I uploaded... No, I haven't. At the time of this recording, I haven't uploaded that video yet. And just going to go in and tank this turret over here, is getting a Cat to come in, and there we go, a Cinch to come in and work on taking it out. You can see just taking so little damage right now, picking up that turret down there. At this point, it's basically a rollover. You know, we're just, and no pun intended with Rammus, I guess, but we're just steamrolling the other team at this point. There's very little they can do to stop us. I suppose that they're hanging in for a team fight, but it's just not happening. As here we go, just ignoring Ari, taking out yet another tower, and here we go, working on the inhib next, and 3 inhibs down. That's almost no way to come back from that. Not to say you can't come back from it, but just all kinds of action going on at this point. And there we go, getting a taunt off and finishing up, there we go, Katarina, and they do manage to take me out, but my, there we go, Guardian Angel picks me back up as I do not back out of the fight, and we just melt down Ari, finishing it off. Triple kill for Captain Swiggles right now as they chase Master Yi up into his base. This turret will fall, and Master Yi trying to come in, and he ends up going down to Singe, picking up the ace at the end, and there goes the Nexus, folks. We had a rough start, but we managed to hold together and pull it out at that point. Really nice job by the whole team. You know, I was really happy with the game and all that. So, not much else to say. I think I went 11, 2, and 22 as Rammus in this game. So, really strong performance on my part. Really strong performance on everyone's part. You know, poor Koopa, you know, he tried, but being in a lane where 2 people need farm and just not being able to get it really put him at a disadvantage. But he hung in there and kept fighting, and, you know, it came out with some damage when it was needed. Even if he didn't get the kill, he still did pretty strong, getting 10 assists. That's really not shabby considering the situation he was put in. So other than that, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. As always, if you're not playing League of Legends, follow the link in the description down below. Sign up and start playing. Other than that, this is One Big Bug. I'm signing out. I'll see you next time.